on To Bass Tonight, sponsored by Alston & Co., hosted by me, Dave Skylark. We'll be interviewing jazz musician Dizzy Gillespie. So, Mr. Gillespie, tell us a bit about yourself.
Oh, please, call me Dizzy. So I was born in Chero, South Carolina, on October 21st, 1917. I was bullied at school because I have abnormally large cheeks. I got my first music lesson from my father, and it just took off from there. I moved to New York City in 1937 and met other musicians, like my good friends and inspirations, Thelonious Monk and Charlie Parker. Together we experimented with jazz and came up with the bebop sound. I suspect you'll ask me more about that later. Then I died on January 6, 1993 in Inglewood, New Jersey.
So, can you please explain to us your particular style of jazz?
Bebop, known by bop as some, was the first kind of modern jazz, whereas earlier jazz was essentially diatonic, meaning the melodies and harmonies were based on traditional Western major and minor 7-note scales. Much of the thinking that informed the new movement was chromatic, which drew all 12 notes on the chromatic scale. It also broke up the metronomic regularity of drummers' rhythmic pulses and beats, produced solos based in double time with several bars of 16th notes. The result was more complicated improvisation.
So, what about your influences on trumpet players?
My bold trumpet playing, unique style of improvisation, and inspired teachings had a major influence on not only trumpet players, but all jazz musicians in a sense, and they lasted for years to come. I use my iconic instrument, the bent trumpet, as my mode of expression, if you will.
Ah, yes. So can you explain why you choose to play with the bent trumpet?
This was originally a result of accidental damage caused by dancers Stump and Stumpette falling onto it while it was on a trumpet stand on the stage of Snooki's in Manhattan on January 6, 1953, during a birthday party for my wife, Lorraine. The constriction caused by the bending altered the tone, and I honestly liked the effect. I had the trumpet straightened out the next day, but I couldn't forget that tone. I sent a request to make myself a bent trumpet from a sketch produced by my wife, and from that time forward I played a bent trumpet.
Having been inducted into the Jazz Hall of Fame in 1960, what are your favorite pieces?
Ah, yes, one of my favorite songs. Another one is Night in Tunisia, and final one I'd say Anthropology. But is undoubtedly my favorite.
In fact, we do have a recording of Mr. Gillespie singing Salt Peanuts live for viewers to see.
Now, I'm going to run it down for you. Some of you might not have heard Salt Peanuts. So if you haven't heard it, you don't know how it goes. I am here to teach you how Salt Peanuts go, being the composer of Salt Peanut. You understand that? All right. All right, I'm going to run it down for you now. 1, 2, 1, 2. Boom, Salt Peanut, Salt Peanut. Boom, Salt Peanut, Salt Peanut. Boom, Salt Peanut, Salt Peanut. Think y'all can do that? Huh? I'm going to do it one more time for you. 1, 2, 3. Boom, Salt Peanut, Salt Peanut. Boom, Salt Peanut, Salt Peanut. Boom, Salt Peanut, Salt Peanut. You say, boom, Salt Peanut, Salt Peanut. See? You wait for that boom, and you say Salt Peanut, Salt Peanut. And then after you wait for the boom, you accent the P. You see? You must accent the P. You must not accent the nut. You must not say salt peanut, salt peanut. You say salt peanut, salt peanut. See, there is a difference. Now, I don't want to hear nobody accent no nuts here tonight. I want only peas. Boom, salt peanut, salt peanut. See? Wait for the boom and accent the peas.
Alright folks, that concludes our interview with Mr. Dizzy Gillespie. For more information, please purchase his autobiography, To Be or Not to Bop, at nearby bookstores. This is Dave Skylark signing out. Next week we'll be moving on from music and looking at politics with North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un on the show. For now, bye.
Salt peanut, salt peanut.